we didn't even know that. We didn't even know that you really need an honors. It was just starting because there was like a lot of unemployment and other things.
Yeah.
So people would be like, oh, you get overqualified. Don't do honors.
I got that when I wanted to do my master's. Like, no, you won't get a job because you'll be overqualified.
Overqualified.
Again, the stress that I had, the stress. Hey guys, welcome to My Journey to Greatness. My name is Reshengile Malomane and this is My Journey to Greatness. My Journey to Greatness is a YouTube series that I started to motivate and to inspire young people by showing them what other people are doing in their careers, and also so that you can be motivated, inspired, and you can learn from other people. So in today's episode, I have Ndou. Ndou is actually a PhD student at the University of Western Cape. And I'm so happy to have him today because this is our very first time meeting after having each other's contacts for like 5 years. It's been 5 years.
Since 2016, I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, our journeys actually inclined, like coincide some way, and then we separated before we actually met. But I want us to actually talk about that and actually just go through your journey and how you actually got to where you are today. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and welcome, Ndou.
Thank you so much, Reshengile. My name is Ndou Nzumbululo, and I come from Limpopo, Tshaulu. Have I told you about the village that I come from?
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I come from the village called Tshaulu. It's about 50 kilometers away from Tendo. Yeah.
Tshaulu, I know it's that place where they have like a lot of fruits. I know, like this.
A lot of mangoes.
Yes.
Mangoes,
Yeah.
Mangoes in particular.
Okay, so tell us about like your journey. Where did you study and how was high school like for you?
I went to a primary called Mcheche Presidential School. And then after that I went to Manzemba primary school. After that I went to high school. Oh damn, high school. Those days. I went to a high school called Tondarushaka. It's situated in Tshaulu, just I think 1 kilometer away from Tshaulu police station, which is very popular around there. Everyone is going to Tshaulu, just go to the police station because it's near the main road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I studied.
Like, how was high school like for you?
I don't remember a lot of it.
Did you know?
Like a
But
lot.
do you know what you wanted to study when you were in high school?
Yeah, I always knew that I was a scientist.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Because when I was doing life sciences, I loved it, and I had a lot of questions that when I was studying, it was actually me trying to find out the answers on that. And those crazy questions that people ask, like when you read the story of Lamarck, Darwin, I love the stories.
Yeah.
I love the
I
stories.
yeah.
I love the stories, yeah. So that's why I knew that I was a scientist.
Yeah. And did you know what you wanted to apply for? When you had to go to university. Yeah.
Yes. Then I changed my course just after passing grade 12. I always wanted to be a geologist or urban regional player. And then I just realized that I don't really love the geography that much. I'm like, I love life sciences better. That's when I decided, let me just go. I was actually motivated by that show. There was a show on ETV that was playing at I think around 12:30 almost every day. Medical Detectives.
Okay.
You watch that?
Yeah.
You never watch that?
Yeah.
How those people solve the crimes and other stuff, and they play around science, and then they actually solve the murders and everything.
That's what we do at our job, actually.
Yeah, I know, don't worry. So I wanted to be that. I'm like, I want to be this. I want to know science in this way. I want to play around DNAs. I want to collect the whatsoever and solve the crimes. Okay, life sciences is the way. Yeah. And then I made some research. I had some friends. Fortunately, I had some friends who were already at university, the University of Venda, when I studied. I had a couple of friends. The other one was doing URP. The other one was doing geology.
URP is what? Oh,
urban regional planning.
Oh, okay.
And the other one was doing microbiology. So I had conversations with them.
Yeah.
Because I took a gap year after grade 12.
Oh, okay.
So when I was making my research and everything, and I'm like, okay, have you watched this show? I love how these people play with DNAs and stuff and solving murders and things. I think that's what we call forensic in South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, the medical detective. So I'm like, okay, let me just go to microbiology. And when I heard that microbiology and BCM, and I actually found out it is what I thought, and I loved it. So
sure,
my degree in secondary was microbiology and biotechnology and biochemistry.
So you did microbiology and biochemistry
as an undergrad.
As an undergrad at the University of Venda.
Yes.
Okay. Why did you take a gap year?
This is going to get interesting. When I was passing my grade 12, I guess I was not really that much dedicated.
Okay.
I don't know, but then I failed.
You failed?
Yeah.
MATRIC?
Nah. Some of the courses. Actually, I passed them, just that the marks were not enough. So I had to apply. I applied for a lot of universities, and they just came back with regret.
Wait, when was this happening? Was it happening when you were in MATRIC?
That was in 2010.
2010,
when I just passed my MATRIC.
Yeah.
So I didn't go anywhere. I took a gap year.
So how did you end up going to university?
The following year, I decided to go for upgrading.
Okay.
So I had 2 years of upgrading and trying.
So you upgraded for 2 years?
Not really. The first year was sitting down.
Okay.
The second
so wait,
year,
I just want to understand, and I want everyone that is watching to also understand.
Yes.
So you passed your MATRIC in 2010.
In 2010, yes.
And then you did not pass well.
Yep.
And then
I got a bachelor.
You got a bachelor.
I had about maths and physical science, guys. Yeah, but then I had to go back and upgrade them.
Okay, I think that is very interesting because now you not passing well MATRIC in 2010 and now being a PhD student. I mean, like, that is level.
Yeah.
And you know, most of the people that actually come to my genetic greatness, like, they're like top achievers. Like MATRIC, they like, I mean, Taleta got 300 out of 300
yeah, which is great. I admire those people.
Yeah,
I have a couple of friends who did that.
And exactly,
and
but
I love them.
Exactly, it is very important to do well. It makes your life so easy.
Yes.
But at the same time, it doesn't mean that if you don't do well in MATRIC, like, that's the end.
That's the end of
it doesn't mean
because
that.
it was not really an easy decision to go and upgrade. You definitely have, like, a lot of people who will be like, these results are very, very good at the college. You can actually go to the college and
I've
get.
Heard that. I've actually, like, I have I've heard that.
Yeah, and you do go to the college because you're looking for admission. And
you want to go to school right here and now. Like, you're not considering what the future is. All you want is to go to school.
You want to go to school. Your friends are at school. Everybody that you're knowing is at school. They're doing something with their life. Some of them just go straight to work and something seems to be working very well. Then I have to go like, I'd rather stay. I want to go to the university because my dreams were in the university. And then when I didn't, when I was not able to get into the university on 2010, I had to, like, stay at home, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's because I didn't apply. I didn't apply in 2009. I had not applied. I want to put this in a record.
Yeah.
I had not applied. I was like, okay, I know a couple of people from the University of Venda. I will just go there, blah, blah, blah. And that was about the time where people, like, were taking this application thing seriously. Because a lot of people would be like, we don't really believe that we will pass.
We'll pass, yeah.
And then when they pass, they just go to the university and try to get the late admission whatsoever. Which is now people... I don't think people really consider that anymore. A lot of universities don't even have them.
Yeah, walk-ins, no.
Yeah. So I tried to do the walk-in, and I went to Val, I went to UJ, I went to TUT, I went to all the universities, but I couldn't.
Sure.
So I had to stay at home. I thought about upgrading in
Yeah.
the first year, but then I took a weird road because I was like, okay, these people, they can upgrade you in 3 months, like lack of information and stuff. But then it was not working, so I had to go to Medunsa. They had a program called MedLight. They actually took those brighter students that are doing medicine and other stuff that knows maths. They would take them and then they would teach you. So I was so dedicated at that time. I was reading every day, and I'm like, okay, how did I pass grade 12? when I was upgrading.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, when you're upgrading, you don't pass. Like, a lot of people just
Yeah,
go and upgrade.
exactly.
They don't pass. And I'm like, my name is Ndou Nzumbululo.
Yes.
Not a lot of people. So ever since then, I don't like people to say a lot of people don't do this. I decide my path.
So did you see a difference in your previous marks and your upgraded marks?
A very huge difference.
Really?
Like around 30 to
40.
I think it was 25 and 30 different.
25 and 30% difference.
Peasants, yes.
Wow, guys. So it's like, for example, if you got like 40, now you got like 70.
Yeah.
Oh my guys, go and upgrade. Upgrading works. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of people who have actually upgraded, but then still nothing changes. Like, what do you think happens to those people?
They didn't locate the problem. You have to look at the problem. If you know that, you have to know why you didn't make it. And that answer is not supposed to be, I'm stupid, I'm not adequate enough. No. Why? What happened? If you didn't study, go and study.
Sure.
If you didn't give yourself much time, go and do that. If you had bad company, go and change that. Just change everything that you think you did wrong and dedicate yourself, study, do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I have seen a lot of people who upgraded and they passed.
Sure.
And I think about 3 of my friends that upgraded with, they passed and they're doing something great with their life now.
Really?
The other one was doing honors in nutrition. The other one, I think the 2 of them, they were doing honors in nutrition. The other one was doing medicine, I think. Yeah. So,
sure. Wow. Okay. Like I don't know a lot of testimonies from upgrading, but I'm glad you're one of them. So now I know where to refer people to in terms of upgrading. Like just look out for me. I'll be like, there's this child, she needs help. Sort it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how did you get into the University of Venda?
Yo. I was pretty sure, I think around June, I was pretty sure that I'm gonna pass. Like, I was positive. The way that I was studying, the way that my friends, we would go to school and just practice maths, those difficult stuff. And I was pretty sure that I was gonna pass. And I knew that I wanted to go to Univen. So I applied at Univen in time. And I applied on a lot of other universities. And when I was just waiting for the results. When the results came, I was not even scared. I had to run to Pretoria to get the results, and I got the results, and then I traveled back home, and then the next day I went to the university, and I just walked in. I just walked into microbiology.
Oh, wow. So it's so interesting for me that you knew you wanted to do microbiology, you knew you wanted to be a scientist, and you went for it. But did you know what a microbiologist do, or where you would get work after you're done? Did you have that sort of information?
Oh yeah, that kind of things you don't really know. You only discover as you go further and work. And you find that in a class when they start teaching you how microorganisms behave, how this and that, and then you start maybe on 3rd year. That's when you start, okay, what is this microbiology gonna do to me? And what are the people that did microbiology are doing? And then you do ask a lot of people, oh, where did you go? So I didn't really know. For me, I just wanted to play with those DNAs. I didn't know at the time, but then when I passed, when I was doing my third year, I made a lot of research. Sorry, I was fortunate because I had my supervisors, the lecturers that I was close to. They actually told me about the microbiology life, how they went to work and how they were working, how much they were earning, those kind of things. So I'm like, okay, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. Because I feel for me, when I did my medical science, I wanted to do medical science. It was interesting for me. But I think when I got to like third year, actually, even from the beginning, I was not sure what I was gonna do with the degree after I was done, and
that's always like that.
That stressed me my entire degree.
Yeah, because you're not even motivated. You don't see yourself maybe in tomorrow.
Exactly.
You just go to the class and you get your influence. Decisions are influenced by the people in the class.
You're just learning because you're in school. But you don't have a vision for yourself. Oh, this is where I'll be. I'll be in this lab doing 1 to 3. And now I think another thing for us, the disadvantage is most of the people that would complete, that would talk to, they were actually going to do their masters. So still, you're like, okay, and then after masters, what? Exactly. Like, I struggle, Tim. I don't want to lie.
I think we actually come from the era. Okay, speaking of me, because I come from a village where there's not that kind of education. There's no people who are really exposed to like the degrees and other stuff. You just look at a person and be like, okay, this one is a teacher. Oh, let me just be a teacher. Like that one. And then in our era, we used to look at people's achievements. If they're building a house, we'll be like, okay, if they can build this kind of a house, then I want to be this person.
Yes.
If they're driving this kind of a car, I want to be this person.
Yeah.
If this person is like it's able to afford this, I wanna do this. Oh, what did this one do? And I remember there was another guy who was actually a pilot. He came to our secondary when we were there. I think it was in grade 12. And everybody was like, oh my god, the car that is driving. I want to drive that. I want to drive that. I think a lot of people had like a dream of becoming a pilot, but then we had that thing of saying, man, to be a pilot, you have to achieve things that nobody in this school have ever achieved that. In Limpopo, it's not a lot of school that will get 100%. Some of the school they will tell history that okay, in 2007 we had who actually got 98, and that was it. Unlike other schools like maybe where you get like a lot of people, top achievers and everything. But then from our school, the secondary, we knew that the best you can do is this much. The best you can do is this much.
Which is so unfortunate.
Which is so unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. Yes. So what happened like when you completed your microbiology? Like what made you decide I'm going to work, I'm going to do my honors? Like what was your thought process at that point?
The point of my honors. I was so young. I was so young in 2016 years. And I was just completing my degree and I was so close to a lot of people at work. I knew a lot of people. I know a lot of people who were doing honors in biotechnology, in biochemistry and microbiology. So I was so close to them. I would have conversations with them. They're mostly a lot of people that I know. Because when you look at Univen, it's so different from other universities. You get to know a lot of people because you see them almost every day. When you're submitting your assignments, they invigilate you. But then you always know someone who knows someone who is there. And then you get motivated to be like, maybe one day I want to do honors. But no, I need some money. I need to start something. I need to go and work. I need to go and work. But then I started applying, of which I didn't even know how to apply. And
what were you applying for? Jobs. Okay, so you knew which kind of jobs to apply for, where to apply for this kind of jobs.
I didn't know.
So how are you applying for jobs?
Like you just search online and then you go to YouTube. You go to like a lot of people like this is how you answer questions. you do these things, of which is not really informative.
Okay.
They don't really show you the microbiology questions and other stuff. But I started like looking for jobs and try to ask people. I think I was applying for rainwater, for forensic as well, because a lot of people that did microbiology were working there and other stuff. So I looked for those particular places, and I was always applying for CSIR, guys.
Yeah,
I always loved it.
Yeah, I did apply for CSIR. I've applied for the bursaries. I've applied for the job. Those people.
I was not lucky. But then I always loved them because I was exposed to them. I think when I was doing my own my second year, there was there was another thing called a program called Science Tube. It was Professor, I forgot the name, but it's the most popular professor there. So we were working with those people, and then I asked them, what do you do when you're working with microbiology? Where would you go? But that guy is a professor in some kind of geology related work. Professor, I forgot the name.
No, it's fine.
Okay, I'll say it if I remember it.
Yeah.
So that guy, we got exposed to a lot of things. So I was working with people very closely, almost every day for like 4 days with people from CSIR. So they told us the bursaries, they give us the papers, where to go, everything. So I'm like, okay, I want to go to CSIR. And then I went to the website, do everything, and I applied. I didn't get it when I was doing my third year. And I had good marks on my second year. And I'm like, yeah, definitely they're going to fund me. And then when I was doing my honors, I also applied again and I didn't get anything.
Sure.
So that's how I always loved it.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, people were applying for honors. And although I was doing well on my courses, I was not planning on that. I just wanted to go and work.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go and work. I had so many reasons to go and work, but then come January, I'm not getting anything, no calls, no interview, nothing. So I'm like, okay. I think around September, it was the last day of application, and then one of the staff members there, he was like, it's the last day of application. I'm like, I don't want to apply for honors. I don't want to apply for honors. And I didn't even have money because that time I think application was 100 rand. I didn't have it.
Sure.
But then I think I had like around 150 in my account. Then I went and applied on the last day. And I'm like, okay, let me just give it there. And I had good marks also in biochemistry, yes, and also microbiology. So I handed in an application on microbiology. I handed in an application on biotechnology and biochemistry. I talk a lot about biotechnology because I'm doing biotechnology now. Yeah, in biochemistry. Then I happened to get taken in microbiology. I'm like, okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Then January comes the list. I'm there in the list and no calls, nothing. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna be doing honors now. And if I found a job, then I would just go to the job.
I think that is very important. I think, honestly, like, I feel like, personally, I feel like just a degree is not enough anymore. Like, honors is very important. Like, even if you don't do your masters, but at least get your honors.
But then in 2016, we didn't even know that. We didn't even know that you really need an honors. It was just starting because there was a lot of unemployment and other things.
Yeah.
So people would be like, oh, you get overqualified. Don't do honors.
I got that when I wanted to do my master's. Like, no, you won't get a job because you'll be overqualified. Again, the stress that I had because people are telling me that I'll be overqualified, and on the other hand, I'm not getting any jobs. And like for me, I didn't even know where to apply for jobs. Yeah. So what am I supposed to do?
What are you supposed to do? Please don't tell people they will be overqualified. There's no overqualification.
Says a PhD student. Says a PhD student.
Yes, there's no overqualification. The PhD students, the PhD candidates. If you are a doctor, you're gonna be employed to work as a PhD candidate.
Yeah.
And no master student is gonna be like employed for that position.
Yeah, that's
so there's
true.
Positions for like
For
people who have
PhDs,
PhDs.
yeah.
There's positions for people who have masters. There's positions for people who are doing honors. There's positions for people who are doing only a degree.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of opportunities
yeah.
there. Tell me one person who did PhD and they live to regret.
That's true. Honestly speaking, like I feel like for especially people that are doing BSc, like a PhD it's very important, especially if you're going to do like Bachelor of Science, because that is where you can proudly, confidently call yourself a scientist. You know, you have published, because the thing is, when you call yourself a scientist, they want to know what
have you published?
Yeah, what knowledge have you added?
Yes.
And you just there.
Actually, someone who just graduated PhD, they actually even like they're not even overqualified. They still have to build some other things.
It's cool.
They have to be they have to have like community engagement. They have to have supervised, co-supervised. There's a lot of experience that you do there, but then it starts with you having the papers and publishing. So it doesn't end.
It doesn't end. And I think I was actually thinking about that the other day. I think the biggest mistake that I made as a young person is to think that I'm gonna go to school and I will finish and start working. Like that is the biggest mistake ever.
But then you have to say it in your case, because there's a lot of courses. Other courses you just go and do a degree and then you have achieved.
I hear that, but then there's always a limitation if you do not further your studies with anything. Because even if you do like engineering, at some point it will be advisable to do your MBA or to further or to do like financial management for you to grow in that company. Because for example, if you want to be a manager, they don't just need your degree that you can mix things up. You need to be able to manage people. To learn how to manage people, you need to go to school. You need the experience for you to. And also, if you're going to be like a manager, you also need to know how to manage money. You need to go to school for things like that. So school does not finish.
It doesn't.
That's it.
But then you you get employed and then you still go.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you look at people who are like doing very, very well in their life, and are the people who are like learning further.
Exactly.
You have to learn further.
Exactly.
Even when you're working, you still have to learn. You have to update yourself. You have to be there.
Exactly.
Like, those conversations, and sometimes I became rude. I'm like, bro, you dropped out of grade 11. What do you know about this? I'm kidding.